Good evening and welcome to Poland Daily. I'm Nicholas Richardson and this is the news. The issue of World War II reparations for Poland is an issue hotly debated in Poland. So far, German officials claim that the problem was solved long ago and that all Berlin may now do is to condemn the German war crimes and apologise. But any financial commitment is out of the question. However, two German writers, Heinz Roth and Hartmuth Ruebner, challenge this position and demand that the German government address the problem in a serious way.
In a book titled Displaced, Suspended, Rejected, the German reparations debt on the example of Poland and Greece, the authors discuss the issue of the responsibility of present-day Germany for countless war crimes, from the murder of the civilian population to the demolition of property. The German Federal Republic claims that the issue has been resolved by the 1953 treaty between two communist puppet states, East Germany and the People's Republic of Poland. According to the writers, the pact does not take into account West Germany, and the issue was not addressed by the 1990 reunification treaty because that was not a peace conference. According to Roth and Ruebner, so far Germany has come away very cheaply from the issue of war reparations for Poland and Greece. They think that both countries have the right to raise claims and demand multi-billion reparations from Germany. The Polish parliament set up a commission to assess the damages and produce a report on the claims. So far, there are no firm numbers, but the range is from 800 billion to 2 trillion euro. Roth and Ruebner's book is the first serious attempt on the German side to address the Polish and Greek reparation claims.
Today, during a session of the State Control Committee of the Lower House of Parliament, the President of the Supreme Audit Office, Marian Banash, introduced the candidates to be vice presidents, Tadeusz Juba and Marika Pała. Both candidates received a positive recommendation from the deputies on the committee. The Supreme Audit Office President also made a statement concerning certain allegations made against him.
During today's session of the State Control Committee of the Lower House of Parliament, the highest tensions erupted from the fact that the Supreme Audit Office President Marian Banash made a surprising official appearance. The opposition had lots of questions about the serious allegations about inconsistency in his asset affidavits. The main new allegation today is a question from MP Nitras whether there is supposedly a deal reached between President Banash and the Law and Justice Party to introduce two VPs from Law and Justice in exchange for immunity for himself in respect of the earlier allegations.
Od 2 miesięcy prowadzona jest przeciw mnie kampania oszczerstw.
A campaign of unfounded allegations has been going on for 2 months against my good name. The lies about my alleged connections with criminals and allegations about supposed tax avoidance are widely broadcast in the media on the opposition side. It has been suggested that I took ownership of the property in Kraków in an illegal way and that I used my official position to my private benefit. All those allegations are not true. Each of those allegations is a lie and once more a lie. The property in question was completely remodeled in 2004 and then run as a dormitory by my son. Next, when my son changed his career plans, I found a new property administrator. He did not raise any concerns as to his honesty, he had no criminal record and he was a potential buyer of the property, which was my desired solution. In December 2015, 30 days from assuming the office of the Deputy Finance Minister, I entered into a notary agreement for the sale of that property to the administrator at that time. Based on that agreement, the buyer was to pay a large deposit. In case of dropping the deal, the deposit was supposed to be forfeited, but the amount was to compensate for the loss of the current rent. The suggestion that it was a way to pay less tax is a libel and a simple lie.
The session of the committee ended in a shouting match in the Parliament chamber where one opposition MP still tried to ask loud questions to the Supreme Audit Office President escorted by the Parliamentary Guard officers. The State Control Committee of the Lower House of Parliament voted to give positive recommendations for the selected candidates as Vice Presidents of the Supreme Audit Office.
The new European Commission, presided over by Ursula von der Leyen, was approved by the European Parliament today. The new head of the Commission said that Europe, after a period of solving current crises, should now look ahead. In Strasbourg, Ursula von der Leyen announced investments in innovation, completing the banking union, creating a legal framework for artificial intelligence, and a plan to battle cancer as among the goals for her presidency.
Voti favorevoli, 157 contrari, 89 astenuti.
The world needs our leadership. It is on protecting our climate. This is an existential issue for Europe and for the world. How can it not be existential when 85% of people in extreme poverty, and we have to make sure that those needs are fulfilled in a sustainable way. It is a generational transition towards climate neutrality by mid-century. But this transition must be just and inclusive, or it will not happen at all. Honourable members, we all know that one member of our family intends to leave our union.
These are all the events that took place during today's sitting of the European Parliament. Yesterday, the Parliament held a debate on the alleged discrimination against homosexuals in Poland.
Yesterday's debate in the European Parliament was supposed to touch on the subject of sexual minorities in the European Union, but it turned out to be about the situation of the LGBT population in Poland. It was organized by the far-left faction. According to the European Commissioner, the European Commission is concerned about these reports from Poland.
I would like to express my strong concerns on this. As you know, the European Commission has been closely monitoring the development, and the accounts of recent events that have reached the Commission are very worrying. In particular, last July, an equality march organized in the Polish city of Białystok that was intended to be peaceful was met with an avalanche of verbal and physical violence and hate speech directed at the participants. LGBT free zone stickers were distributed by a Polish newspaper. Moreover, several Polish regional and local authorities have adopted declarations, statements or resolutions branding LGBTI community postulates as an ideology.
The leader of the Spring Party, Robert Biedroń, joined the discussion as well. He said that he can go whatever he wants in Poland because of his sexual orientation.
W Polsce, w mojej ojczyźnie, do których nie mogę wejść.
There are some shops and restaurants in Poland that I can't go to. I've been living 43 years in a country where people like me are called homo-terrorists. You can promote apples in a supermarket, but you can't promote homosexualism.
Homoterror, promocja homoseksualizmu, ideologia LGBT.
The MIP of the Law and Justice Party, Patryk Jaki, had this to say about these accusations.
Poland is one of the most tolerant and open states in whole Europe. LGBT marches are secured by the state. But it's not about people, it's about ideology. Poland has the right to protect traditional and Catholic values, and parents' right to teach their children according to the rules they approve.
According to the publicists, yesterday's debate in the European Parliament is another stage of the cultural war between Poland and the US left wing.
Kupiło się na naszym kraju, dlatego że u nas jest najwięcej chętnych do.
The debate focused on Poland because there are many whistleblowers in our country. It was a pure game of emotions.
Polityków opozycji to była to czysta gra na emocjach.
MIPs decided that during December's plenary session of the European Parliament, they will accept the resolution about the hate speech against LGBT people.
That's the news. Thank you for watching. Stay with us for the weather, business and more programmes. But from me, it's have a good night and a better tomorrow.